Hello and welcome to our video demonstration on how to create scope of appointments in Enrollment Hub. Scope of appointments display on the left side of the workbench. Each scope of appointment that you create in Enrollment Hub will display on the workbench. On each card, you can see the client's name, their address, the date and time of their appointment, the scope of appointment ID, the signature date, and the expiration date. These cards will remain on the workbench up to 14 days past the appointment date. For each card, you can select paper sold if you completed a paper application. You can select no sale if the client decided not to enroll, or you can click on Enroll, which will take you automatically to the enrollment application in Enrollment Hub. To create a brand new scope of appointment, click Add SOA on the right side of the screen. The SOA summary screen will display. On the left side of the screen, you will see a status bar as well as a list of all the different sections that must be completed prior to submission. In the center, you will see the required disclosures. These disclosures must be read verbatim to your client. The first section to complete is the plans to discuss. From the list provided, select the plans that you will be discussing with your client. Next, you will enter the date and time of the appointment. By selecting the calendar icon, you will get a calendar where you can select the date for your appointment. Click the clock icon to enter the time of the appointment. When entering the time, you can use the arrows to go up and down for the hours and the minutes, or you can click on the number to select. To switch from AM to PM and vice versa, click on the AM or PM to the right of the time. Next, we have the beneficiary data information. First, we will begin to type in your beneficiary's first and last name. The phone number field is optional and can be left blank. If you plan on selecting an electronic signature, then you must enter the applicant's email address and then confirm the email address. If you are not going to do an electronic signature, these fields can be left blank. The beneficiary's address is optional and can be left blank on this form. The zip code field is required. After entering the client's zip code, their city, state, and county will automatically display. The beneficiary Medicare number is also an optional field. If you choose to enter their Medicare number, you must re-enter it in the box provided. If your client will be signing the form using the text signature option, you must obtain their date of birth. Clicking in the box will bring up a calendar so you can select their birth date. Next is the agent information section. Your agent name and SAN will automatically display. You will need to enter in your agent phone number. Next, select the initial method of contact from the list provided. Next, select who will be signing the form. If the client is signing themselves, click Self. If you are working with a power of attorney, select POA and complete the fields that will be required. The last section of the form is the signature type. There are 3 signature options to choose from. Electronic signature will send an email to your client and they can sign the form electronically. Digital signature is done in face-to-face appointments and your client can sign using a touchscreen device, a signature pad, or your mouse. Text signature will send a text to your client and they will receive a link they can click on to sign their form. I will now demonstrate what the agent processes for each signature type. Let's start with electronic signature. After selecting electronic signature, the agent will receive 3 questions. In order for you to be able to complete an electronic signature, you must obtain permission from the client for us to email them. If the client answers no to the first question, you will not be able to do an electronic signature and you must select one of the other 2 options. The second question you ask your client is if they give consent for you to contact them in the event that there is an issue with their electronic submission. The last question is for the agent. In order for you to be able to complete an electronic signature, you must confirm that the email address obtained is belonging solely to your client. They cannot share an email address except with their spouse. Once all questions have been answered, click Submit on the bottom right of the page and the email will automatically be sent to the client for their signature. Next, we'll look at the agent process for text signature. The text signature process steps are listed on the page. Once you have read over the steps, enter the client's phone number in the box provided. Similar to electronic signature, the agent will receive 3 questions after selecting text signature. The first question gives consent to Humana to send a text message to the client. If the client answers no on this question, you will not be able to do a text signature and you will have to select one of the other 2 options. The second question gives consent to Humana to contact the client in the event that there is an issue with their signature. The last question is for the agent to confirm that the phone number that was given belongs solely to the client. Once all questions have been answered, click Submit and the text message will automatically be sent to the client. And now for the final signature type, digital signature. The agent must read the digital signature disclosures verbatim to the client. A signature box will display at the bottom of the screen. Your client can use your touchscreen device, a mouse, or a signature pad to sign. If the box is too small, you can click on the 2 arrows on the top right corner to enlarge it. If you click the arrows to enlarge the box, the signature page will display across your entire screen. Once your client has finished signing, click Capture Signature. You will receive a message informing you that the signature has been captured successfully. Click Dismiss. Once the signature has been captured, click Submit. After clicking Submit for all of the signature methods, you will receive a message to indicate that the scope of appointment has been successfully submitted. You will also see the scope of appointment ID. Click Continue to Workbench to get back to the Scope of Appointment workbench. The scope of appointment that you created will now display on the workbench. You can edit the appointment date and time directly on the Scope of Appointment card. Click the pencil icon to begin. To change the appointment details, click on the boxes provided to select the new date and time. When you have finished entering the new date and time, click Done. The Scope of Appointment card will now be updated with the new appointment date and time. This concludes our video on how to create a scope of appointment using Enrollment Hub. Be sure to check out our other video in regards to how to complete an MAPD application in Enrollment Hub. Thank you for watching.